Hi everyone, this is Neel Raithatha, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. We have here a patient who attended with bilateral, fully occluding earwax and dead skin plugs. This is their right ear, which the patient reported to be the worst out of the two. However, the size of the left plug of wax and skin was considerably larger. So I suspect this was just more impacted up against the eardrum. There's more of an acoustic seal. So what I mean by that is that the wax is more compressed against the side of the ear canal wall, which restricts the passage of air and sound through the ear canal towards the eardrum. And I'm slowly but surely just performing microsuction and just teasing this wax and skin plug out of the ear. They've got a bit of a kink, a bit of a bend at this portion of the ear canal, hence why I'm just rotating the suction probe slightly so I can get it around. And you can see that tail of dead skin that is attached to the main body of the wax. In the ear you've got some bit of dead skin just around the periphery. Now as I started to vacuum this, there was a bit of clarinetting, so I actually just left that. There's a bit of skin all the way around the edge. The top, it wasn't clarinetting at the beginning, but as soon as it peeled off, it did so. We don't want clarinetting. Clarinetting is when sometimes when you try to suction dead skin, in particular, that skin sheet, as you're vacuuming it, it starts to flap very violently against the tip of the suction probe, and that flapping created by the suction of dead skin emits a very loud, high-frequency squeal, and it's not only loud for the patient, it's also loud for myself, and we call that clarinetting. So whenever you get clarinetting, you just want to avoid that. So you want to exit the ear. We are already using the fine end. Fine end is quite effective at reducing clarinetting in comparison to the full Zollner suction probe. So the full Zollner suction probe, the average outer diameter is about 2.1 millimeters, and the internal diameter is about 1.7. And the fine end is an extension. We attach it to the end of the Zollner suction probe, so it just makes the Zollner suction probe a bit longer. But the fine end, the outer diameter is about 1.28 millimeters, and the internal diameter about 1.02. So it's about 0.7 millimeters in diameter narrower than the Zollner suction probe. So almost half you can almost claim it's half the suction power, and that helps to reduce clarinetting if you do experience it. But even with a fine end, you can at times. So this is the patient's left ear, and this plug was a bit more embedded. I suspect there's a bit more skin adhesions at the base of the ear canal. You'll see them as I'm trying to wriggle this out. Just, I don't know if you can see, just at the bottom there's a bit of skin attached to the plug and also the canal wall. So I'm just trying to loosen that. You can see that skin and working away at it. So I'm just going up and down, just using a rocking motion. Now, I was contemplating just inserting a hook. There's a bit of a gap there at about 10 o'clock where I could have put the hook in, rotated it, but just as I was continuing the procedure, I could feel this wax plug coming away. So I just continued, and you can see it's a huge piece there, huge chunk of wax and dead skin. That's the patient's eardrum, that's nice and healthy. I'm just going to mop up around the edge. If you watch till the end, you'll see a still image. Now, I know a lot of people enjoy watching the still images, and I get a lot of requests, but I did explain in yesterday's video that I can't always take still images. The clinic's just, I might be running slightly behind, we've got clients waiting, got a very busy clinic. So when I get time and it's convenient, I'm happy to take still images, but more often than not, I'm actually, after seeing a patient, we're debriefing the patient. I have to type up my clinical notes. I have to sterilize all my equipment. I have to wipe down all the surfaces. I have to then brief myself on the next patient. So I'm reading their notes and our triaging questions. So it can be quite an intense day when you're in a busy clinic. So for that reason, it's not always possible. The reason why I'm mentioning it again today, I've had to block someone yesterday, unfortunately. I get someone on Instagram, and you can't avoid reading the quotes, unfortunately, because it's just to keep appearing on Instagram, the format. Quite abusive and quite demanding, and I just thought I've got to just, I did explain yesterday the reason why. So they're the two plugs. The larger one at the 2 was actually of the left ear, which the patient felt was their better ear at the 2. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Take care, keep well, and speak soon. Bye.